Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Google Cloud Vice President of Product Marketing, Carol Carpenter.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning and welcome back to day 2 of Tokyo Next. Yesterday, Diane talked about our mission, which is to use cloud computing to organize your company's information and supercharge it. We do that with leading analytics, data, as well as strong security and the most effective compute, storage, and networking. This is a vision that motivates me and thousands of engineers at Google, along with our many partners here today. Today, we're going to build upon that by explaining how we bring the cloud to you. At Google Cloud, we believe that cloud computing is a revolution, that it brings improvement to work, education, and society. We believe that to fulfill this full impact, this full transformation, is only possible if we include everyone. We have developed technology that can deliver improved operational management and better security for your applications and data. We'll talk further about that today. We also have many products and services, plus our work in open source software, to which we are extraordinarily committed. We make that available to everyone. As we mentioned yesterday, we have training for beginners and for experts to learn more about the cloud and about all of the artificial intelligence and machine learning that powers it. Finally, we're going to share new and powerful ways to write and deploy software, helping developers globally become more productive. We'll talk about that. We're going to show you how we do that today. And we're also going to show you how we improve your productivity so that you can reimagine how you work. Without further ado, I am so pleased to announce and welcome to the Prince Park Tower my colleague, Brad Calder. He's going to talk about our core foundational strengths, our network, and our infrastructure. Please welcome Brad Calder.
Arigato gozaimasu, Carol. And Ohayou gozaimasu, Tokyo. I hope everyone is having a great morning. It's exciting to see the new developments that were highlighted yesterday. Those services are built upon our core infrastructure, which is enterprise-ready and provides the highest levels of security, reliability, and scale. And today I want to talk to you about something that's vital to the success of running your business, which is the importance of having a highly reliable and secure network and being able to effortlessly migrate to the cloud. And over the last 24 months, we've added 12 regions around the globe, and we now have a total of 17 regions, including our recently added regions in Finland and Los Angeles, and we'll have Hong Kong coming online soon. These additional regions give you control over where you store your data and where you run your workloads. And from these regions, we give you the best possible connection to your customers and users with Google's global network. Our network is more scalable and more reliable than any other cloud provider. Our network now provides you with over 125 points of presence around the world. And these points of presence are your on-ramp to the cloud. And because Google has more of them, that means you can get your data to and from the cloud faster and more reliably than ever before. And because we own our own global network, we're the only cloud provider with both a premium network and a standard network offering for running your services. Now, standard is similar to what you would get from other cloud providers, where your user traffic basically transits over the internet to get to and from the cloud. Now, with our premium network offering, it uses Google's global network to deliver your traffic to your users. And when using our premium network, your traffic is delivered over the same highly reliable and low latency global network that Google services use. This allows your traffic to exit our network near your end user. Now, to directly connect your network to our network, you can easily connect through the service provider of your choice with our Cloud Interconnect product or through VPN tunnels, making it even easier to bring the cloud to you. And on top of that, our Cloud Interconnect offers the highest SLA of any other cloud provider. Now, having a powerful network is great, but it's useless if it's not secure. And that's why we take security seriously at Google. And in July, Google Cloud was recently named a leader in Forrester's Public Cloud Security Evaluation, and we continue to invest in security in order to help you and your enterprises be more secure. And then one way we help you be more secure is providing DDoS and application defense through our Cloud Armor service. This leverages the same global infrastructure that we use to protect Search, Gmail, and YouTube. And this infrastructure is built to defend against attack volumes at the terabit level. Now, Cloud Armor works in conjunction with our global load balancing service to provide a rich language for specifying defense rules. And with Cloud Armor, your internet-facing applications are automatically defended against DDoS attacks, and you can deploy application-level defense at scale based upon your unique requirements. And now I'd like to welcome Hayato-san and Seiji-san to the stage to show you Cloud Armor in action. Welcome.
You have a tough job. You want to quickly and responsibly serve your users. And at the same time, you need to defend your internet-facing services against malicious attacks. This is where Cloud Armor comes in. Let's see what it can do to defend against SQL injection attack. With SQL injection attack, one little flaw in one little feature of your app is often all it takes to compromise all of your data. Let's look at the screen. We are going to launch SQL injection attack using a tool called the Metaspot, what you are seeing live attack right now.
With Cloud Armor, in order to respond to SQL injection attacks, it'll be necessary to take advantage of code fixes and data. And now, using the GCP console, let's look at how the Cloud Armor defends itself against attacks. Now you can see how the blocking of SQL injection attacks are taking place. Let's look at the Cloud Armor policies. What you have to do is to just set a single rule to block SQL injection attacks. And by making it valid, there are already over 160 patterns that can identify and block SQL injection attacks using Cloud Armor. Now, let's look at a separate attack. This is a DDoS attack. And when you face a DDoS attack, then the page views and requests increase in number. This is not good news because it's not humans that are trying to access, and so therefore this will not lead to increased sales. Let's look at the screen. Right now, a DDoS attack has just started. From throughout the world, HTTP packets are flowing in. As you can see, in cases where Cloud Armor is not used, then you may add capacity when you detect this attack. Now, in regard to GCP console, let's look at how the Cloud Armor is protecting things. If you look at the screen, following the policy, the Cloud Armor is able to block the DDoS attacks. And if you look at the policy of Cloud Armor, as you can see, the DDoS attack source has an IP address that has been automatically registered into the blacklist. And with BigQuery ML, this IP address is automatically detected, and it's possible to continue to maintain safe operations. And that's not all about Cloud Armor. There's a tremendous infrastructure that Google has in order to scale the defense. With the open rule description language of Cloud Armor, you and your security partners can build up a sophisticated defense structure.
Hayato-san. Yes. Now, many of you might already have existing investments in networking. And that's why we also provide integration with several networking and related security partners in order to provide you access to your existing solutions as part of bringing the cloud to you. And now I'd like to talk to you about our efforts to migrate and get you to the cloud efficiently. Everyone wants migration to be as painless and effortless as possible. And this past June, we finalized the acquisition of Velostrada, a leader in enterprise cloud migration. With Velostrada, our goal is to provide a migration journey that's as frictionless as possible. Velostrada is all about making sure your applications get running quickly on Google Cloud, often with under 10 minutes of downtime. And Velostrada quickly migrates your stateful applications irrespective of the amount of data attached to those workloads. And while your applications start running in the cloud, your data continues to migrate transparently in the background from your on-premise to the cloud. And companies around the world, ranging from healthcare providers to government agencies, have done their migrations with Velostrada quickly while keeping the cost low. Now, in addition to the migration capabilities of Velostrada, we've expanded our database offerings as part of bringing the cloud to you. This means support for the most popular third-party databases, including MySQL and Postgres, as well as pay-by-the-second Microsoft SQL Server in Compute Engine. And we also support 4 terabytes SAP HANA natively today, and we'll be providing support for 12 terabytes next summer and 18 terabytes by the end of next year. And today, I'm excited to announce the general availability of Cloud Memory Store for Redis, along with 3 regions we just added to this service, which include Netherlands, Singapore, and right here in Tokyo. All right. Cloud Memory Store is a fully managed in-memory data storage service built on Google's highly scalable and reliable infrastructure. Customers like NTT Communications and Allabout are using Memory Store to increase their application performance. And since Memory Store is fully managed and serverless, we take care of running the service for you. So now you can use Memory Store for your production workloads right here today in our Tokyo region. Now, in addition to providing you access to the most popular databases you'd find on-premise, Google continues to lead in database innovation. From Cloud Bigtable for high ingestion and data-intensive workloads, to Cloud Spanner, which is still the only relational database that provides strong consistency, multi-region replication with 5 nines of availability. And Cloud Firestore is becoming the de facto database for mobile development. Now, when migrating to the cloud, in addition to migrating your network, your applications, and your databases, you need enterprise-grade file storage. So we have you covered there with our storage service, Cloud File Store. This provides a high-performance file storage option in Google Cloud. So as you can see, we are more than enterprise-ready, and we are successfully bringing the cloud to you. We help migrate your workloads with Velostrada and connect you to our secure and global network to take you farther than ever before. And now I'd like to invite our customer, Mr. Sugai-san, CCO of Colopla, on stage to share why they decided to use Google Cloud and how they're taking advantage of Google's innovation. Welcome. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sugai. I am from Colopla Incorporated. I would like to talk about what we did with Google, but before that, let me introduce a little bit about our company. So Colopla started from the location-based game. Currently, we are developing games and the management of the game on smartphones. So major titles are Shironeko Project, Kuroneko Wiz, and Shironeko Tennis. Just recently, we released Dreaming. This is for female gamers. Next month, October the 17th, we are planning to release the multiplayer action game called Bakuretsu Monster. I hope that you will enjoy it. We have already registered 300,000 people registered for this multiplayer action games. I hope that you will enjoy it. So today's agenda is this. So I'm going to share with you 3 different projects that we've done in Google's project. First one is about the migration to GCP and also GKE Cloud Spanner and also SLO workshop. So first of all, why we decided to migrate to GCP. In 2017 September, so just 1 year ago, we started to migrate all titles to GCP. And now, including all titles and also internal operation, almost 90% of them already migrated, and by the end of this year, we will complete all the migrations. So the reason why I decided to migrate to GCP, we started using GCP itself from 2015. At that time, up to now, we've seen the great advancement of the products and also including migration. So we've seen a great evolution of a GCP very closely. We've seen the release of the Cloud Spanner, and also we already experienced that it greatly contributes to the cost reduction. We also like the culture and also the mindset of Google, so that they helped us to really make a great leap into the future. So that's why we decided to migrate all the titles to GCP. Now, why we decided to use GKE and also Cloud Spanner. At Colopla, we never used the managed services because we didn't want to be locked in. We always wanted to use the most appropriate product, and also we really wanted to have some choices. And without introducing managed services, we thought that we can maintain our capability by working hard to manage services by ourselves. But when we first saw Cloud Spanner, then we were very shocked that the countermeasure for the workload was so simple. And first, we tried on the microservices Cloud Spanner so that we accumulated our experience with it. And as for the trial, the member of the infra teams really wanted to introduce the GKE and then Cloud Spanner, and all of the members really wanted to modernize the infrastructure by introducing GKE and then Cloud Spanner. It started from the beginning of this year. The Dreaming and also the Bakuretsu Monster, which we are planning to release next year. These 2 games will be operated totally in GKE and also Cloud Spanner. So lastly, let me talk about the SLO workshop. In the Colopla, the SRE team started being established since May 2017. At that time, we had a team to bridge between the infrastructure members and also server-side engineers. However, the more you learn about the SLI, there are many things that the engineers themselves cannot really decide everything. And Google side proposed us to have the SLI workshop. So May this year, SRE team of Google came to us and conducted 1-week workshop. What is SRE? And also whether we can use it for our gaming industry. Not just engineers, but also project managers and a member from business side got involved in this workshop. To make SLI and also SLO function, we have to have a great response time in applications, and also bidding functionalities are very crucial. So we really have to think of the service first and also customer-oriented mindset. We really learned that SLI and SLO are the common languages for business users and engineers. So not just the technical side, but also we made a great strategic partner even for how to think about the services and also how to create a structure and an organization. We really want to enhance our engagement with Google in the future. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu, Sugai-san. And now I'd like to introduce Masa-san across in Tokyo Prince Hotel to talk to you about how we will be bringing the cloud to you. Arigato.
Thank you, Brad. 皆さんありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. As Brad has explained, in cloud computing, it requires robust infrastructure, security. I want to talk about how Google Cloud extends our cloud benefits to you. And this has benefits even on on-premise operations. The cloud gives you unprecedented agility, performance, reliability, and flexibility. Using the Google Cloud Platform, you get access to almost unlimited computing on demand over the world's biggest and most powerful network, a combination that enables you to get new insights, serve more customers, and build more things. But if you use the Velostrata services, then it'll be able to, in a matter of minutes, to migrate workloads to GCP. However, there are still things that are lacking in the cloud. That is, a simple way to get your existing on-premise infrastructure or the ways to combine the one cloud with another cloud. It's very complicated to do this. In fact, the industry has headed in the opposite direction, and that has become a problem. Cloud providers do things in their own way. So, even in areas where it's not necessary to do so, they may differentiate themselves. For example, specifying permissions, setting up a virtual machine or network, or any number of ordinary tasks. These are different for each of the different clouds. That creates unnecessary complexity. And that's getting worse. Right now, 80% of the enterprises have a multi-cloud strategy. And For a long time, they have continued operations on-premise as well. As a result, IT engineers have many things that they must do. Security management has to be carried out, network applications have to be monitored, and changes and problems to applications have to be taken care of. There's certainly a lot of work that's involved there. And in the cloud environment, even one of those tasks are going to be difficult to do. But there are multi-cloud environments, and so therefore the work has become even more difficult. It'll be necessary to do the same thing several times over. Normally, it may have been unnecessary work, but it is necessary to do them. The cost for IT management is increasing each year. According to IDC, between 2005 to 2015, the server costs went down 15%, but IT administration costs have increased by 83%. That's not a good trend, and we want to change this trend. If applications are moved to software containers, then it would be possible to simplify and speed up how we package and deploy software. And it would be possible to operate this on different environments. Google has an association with containers for 15 years. Over 10 years ago, Google put containers into Linux. And 4 years ago, we released the open source Kubernetes. With the advent of Kubernetes, it has become possible to configure in a better manner containers and microservices. Containers are a universal language of the cloud. And Google Kubernetes engine is by far the most powerful way to manage containers. With Kubernetes, you don't have to worry about operating system patches. It comes with many tools for managing releases, load balancing, networking, etc., and supports continuous integration and deployment. That's why Kubernetes adoption has been really strong over the past 4 years. In a survey that was carried out last year, nearly 3/4 of enterprises that replied said they were using Kubernetes. We're confident that it's become industry standard for managing containerized applications. The best way to manage Kubernetes and to operate them is to use GKE, Google Kubernetes Engine on GCP. This has been built up by the same team that built up and developed Kubernetes. But Kubernetes only solves part of the overall problem. There's a lot of complexity that still remains. The containerized services have to be authenticated. And between containerized services, how can they discover each other, communicate, and how can they configure applications? In software maintenance, in order to make things easier, many enterprises are moving from monolithic software to smaller microservices. But this problem becomes even more important as this process proceeds. Therefore, we would like to talk about how we are extending Kubernetes to try to address the quickly increasing costs. Recently, we announced Istio version 1.0. Google was involved in the development of this open source product. Istio extends Kubernetes into these higher level services so that you'll be able to easily achieve service-to-service communication in a secure and reliable manner. Istio provides the following 5 functions: service discovery, load balancing, auto failure recovery, end-to-end authentication and encryption, and observability service graph. Last year, we started to work on Istio with IBM, Cisco, Pivotal, Lyft, and Red Hat. And eBay and AutoTrader are among the many customers that are already using Istio. Like JKE, Istio is provided in the managed Istio form by Google, so that the infrastructure management can be taken care of by us on your behalf. From here, I'd like to talk about the Cloud Service Platform, CSP, and I would like to talk about what kind of problems it is possible to solve using this. CSP is a full managed service platform, and with Kubernetes and Istio, all types of management can be done in the same manner in a centralized location.
イスティオ
These services has been supported by the development team of Kubernetes and Istio. With CSP, you can better control traffic with dynamic route configuration, conduct A/B test, release canaries, and gradually upgrade version using incremental developments. And if an API is business critical, CSP integrates natively with Appige's API platform on GCP, so you can make your services available to developers inside and outside your organization with Appige's industry-leading API management. And CSP can transform a critical element of everyone's computing strategy, security. You can use a consistent set of security services that are independent of the application logic. So developers don't need to be expert on security. For visibility, we are also expanding Stackdriver, our monitoring and management solution, so that service monitoring works out of the box. You can understand the performance of an application with built-in request tracing and profiling. That's a lot of functionality. And this is only the start of building a stronger and more customer-friendly, fully hybrid way to use the cloud. So let's look at demo. Please welcome Naraoka-san.
Kubernetes はどこでも運用可能です。
You can use Kubernetes everywhere. But one thing we consistently hear from customers is that they love the automatic management of GKE. But they also need those management capabilities wherever they have compute. In their own data center, in a grocery store, or factory floor, everywhere. So let's look at console. There are 2 clusters in GKE. In fact, if we zoom into the location field, we can see Tokyo Prince. Excuse me. However, if you look at the second GKE cluster, then the GKE cluster is working in a Tokyo Prince Hotel. So that the Tokyo Prince Hotel region is deployed as a other external Kubernetes cluster. And this is the GKE on-prem, a managed Kubernetes offering that runs inside your data center. With GKE on-prem, you get the GKE experience in your environment. And the best part is that GKE on-prem looks and feels the same as GKE in the cloud. I can continue to do this, like edit configurations, set policy, and even deploy new apps to my on-prem cluster as well as my GCP clusters, all from the same tools. So think of GKE on-prem as adding an additional zone to your app, one that's in your own database center. So let's go back to Sato-san. Naraoka-san, thank you so much. So there you have it. Deploy and manage the same application using a single tool. You have one way to configure, one way to deploy, one way to secure, one way to audit. That's what we mean by bringing the cloud to you. And that brings real tangible benefits to our customers. So if you are running your services in branch offices or factory or even on ships, you can use the same consistent way to deploy, manage, or secure these services. The cloud industry is now actively promoting hybrid and open approaches. Cisco is a very critical partner. The Cisco Hybrid Cloud Platform for Google Cloud integrates the way to manage Kubernetes both on-prem and GCP. At this moment, this is the only Kubernetes service certified by Google. The customers like Decauto Labs, HSBC, and MasterCard are already working with components of the Cloud Services Platform technology stack. The Cloud Service Platform will be available in alpha this fall. It will include all the features you've seen today, including on-premise GKE, Istio, observability, and centralized policy enforcement. So we are bringing the cloud to you, and we are ending the false dichotomy between on-premise and cloud. We help you to modernize with lower management cost, so that our purpose is only one. From network to application to the management, we bring the cloud to you. With the use of cloud, you can make the world better, and we can create ecosystem all together. Thank you very much for your attention. Now, I would like to ask Hono-san to take the floor, and he's going to talk about the serverless.
マサさんありが
Thank you, Masa-san. My name is Hono, customer engineer. Today, for people in the Prince Park Tower and those of you who are watching live streaming, how do you do? Now, I'd like to talk about how to make the IT infrastructure serverless to increase agility for your business. The cloud services platform that was described gives you a way to manage a hybrid environment with lower management costs all in one place, consistent from on-premise to the cloud. With cloud services platform, our vision is to let you move to the cloud stack to realize huge productivity gains by using higher level abstractions. The part Masa covered, container service management, hybrid infrastructure, is just one part of our wider goal to improve developer and operational productivity. Another way we are improving developer productivity is with serverless. And I'd like to talk about what serverless is about. Here you can see the data center of Google. Throughout the world, we have data centers like this, and serverless services are provided. Now let's look at what's inside. Naturally, there are thousands or tens of thousands of servers that are in operation, and there's hardware, and dataware professionals are supporting all of this. In serverless operations, it doesn't mean we're getting rid of servers, but rather to change the operational model. In regard to the operational model provided by serverless, no servers to manage, the security is offered on a full managed basis, and you only pay for usage. These 3 points are going to enhance the developer and the operator's productivity tremendously. But why would companies want to do this? If you want to develop your own applications, you have to take into consideration a lot of things: the design of the infrastructure, the purchase of the hardware, the configuration, the security update, and the server maintenance, and so on. These operational tasks are very important for the applications. However, when it comes to the business itself, it doesn't generate direct profits. So, for these kind of development tasks, it would be possible to cover this with a serverless approach so that it would be possible to concentrate on more high value added implementation. In addition to the operational model, there is the idea of a programming model. Already, if you do development with pre-prepared services and take advantage of event-driven triggers, then it'll be possible to just use the applications when necessary, and you would not be billed for when the application is not used. The final point that I want to emphasize is that it's open. The first point is the development work that can be carried out with a serverless application development, the compute, the function, and also to build up an application, there's the messaging, the database, the data warehouse, and many other services that are necessary. On an end-to-end basis, to provide all of this on a serverless basis is a very important thing. Furthermore, on the Google Cloud Platform, it's possible to provide all of this on an end-to-end basis. It's not just the compute. The application architecture can be covered comprehensively through serverless services. As an example, the Google Cloud Platform in 2008 announced App Engine, which is a full managed serverless platform. And from the database to ETL for various applications, end-to-end serverless service development has been carried out for over 10 years, and we have continued to provide this to you. This serverless function compute is able to allow the developers to focus on improving the business logic rather than carrying out repetitive tasks. Just recently, the GA of the Cloud Functions was announced, and the number of utilizations has grown to 10 times more than the previous year. But when it comes to the benefits of serverless programming, to maximize the benefits, it's necessary to be able to enjoy these benefits without vendor lock-in. In order to solve this, we have launched Knative. Knative takes advantage of the serverless elements into Kubernetes as a new open source project to realize workload portability so that regardless of which cloud it is, a consistent method of development will become possible. And we have jointly developed this with Pivotal, IBM, Red Hat, SAP, and many other partners. And as a service using Knative, Google has announced the JKE serverless add-on, the Google Kubernetes engine, and also on-premise. There may be serverless applications that are developed, and it will be possible without making any modifications to operate them. And there is also a higher degree of abstraction in serverless services in the serverless container that was launched recently. By doing this, the flexibility issue can be resolved when it comes to serverless operations, and it will be possible to realize more workloads on a serverless basis. And these two services are able to implement the same kind of serverless workloads as Knative. So the customers will be able to take advantage of the same serverless workload on-premise with Knative or on any cloud. And of course, on Google Cloud Platform as well. Now I'd like to call upon my colleague Ian to talk about the benefits that this can offer. So please, Ian, take over.
Hi. 皆さん、こんにちは。
How do you do? First of all, here's the alpha version serverless container so that more workloads can be developed on a serverless basis. And the development is done on a source code basis, but when it comes to the tools and libraries, there are many constraints that exist normally. But taking advantage of the serverless containers, the containers that are made by the users can be used without making any changes to them. What I'm showing right here is a regular Docker file. And normally, Cloud Functions cannot be used. And Blender, a 3D rendering tool, has been added to configure the container. So beforehand, this has been deployed to Cloud Functions. And in this way, if you access the application, then the rendered images are exposed. Next, with the JKE serverless add-on, it'll be possible to take advantage of the same Docker image. First, the rendered image here, it'll be possible to dynamically make the changes. When this was done in San Francisco, the text rendering was carried out. Now, with the JKE serverless add-on, let's try a deployment.
Deploy は
The deployment is completed in 20 seconds. And
GKE の、サーバーレスアップ
with the GKE serverless add-on used, then the same image can be utilized, and the rendered image can be accessed in the same manner. The deployed application can be used in many different environments without changing the Docker image. Now, once again, I'd like to ask Yuta to take over. Thank you for the great demo, Ian. As you've seen, with the same Docker image, there was a serverless application that was used and a serverless container, and regardless of whether it's on-premise or any other environment, Knative can be used so that in the same environment, the same serverless application can be operated in a completely the same manner. With this kind of open serverless approach, we hope that you'll be able to take advantage of more serverless workloads to increase productivity and to increase business agility. And like you saw in the demo, using the serverless container and Knative, you'll be able to achieve greater business agility. And because it's open, you'll be able to receive the maximum benefits of this approach. And with the Google Cloud platform, we believe that we want to become the best infrastructure to support all of this. Thank you very much. Now, in regard to the concept of DevOps to increase developer productivity, we have the person in charge of DevOps engineering, Vice President Melody McFessel.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Yuta-san. It's an honor to be here today. My name is Melody McFessel, and I'm passionate about developers because I am one. I've also worked in operations for many years where I had to carry a pager, and I got quite familiar with the term works well on my machine. Today, I lead developer and operator tools at Google, including Google engineers, Chrome and open source developers, Android developers, and developers using Google's cloud platform. Now, each one of us probably has a somewhat different definition of DevOps. At Google, our understanding is based on two key areas. First, end-to-end automation, from source to build and test, and then releasing with integrated observability. Second, a strong and supportive culture. Now, this culture includes some principles. We use data to guide our decisions, looking at code, understanding traces and logs. We have a shared fate and collaboration between developers and operators, so we all have the same goal. We choose transparency and sharing over secrecy and siloing, so everyone sees the same data and information by integrating observability into your application. And finally, blameless postmortems. For continuous improvement, we need to accept and learn from our failure. DevOps is near and dear to my heart. It's about automating away the toil so that we can focus on what matters most. And hopefully it makes us a little bit more happy. At Google Cloud, we've spent a significant amount of time understanding what makes developers happy. And happy developers translate to better business outcomes. Industry research shows that elite DevOps teams are 1.53 times more likely to meet or exceed their business outcomes. So what's the secret to this developer happiness? Well, it's simple. Empower developers to choose DevOps tooling that will automate away the repetitive tasks. This high degree of automation provides fast feedback so that we can detect and correct issues early. 79% of the 4 million builds that Google runs in the cloud every day are under a minute. So having this short build and test cycle time improves our productivity. Automation also improves quality by building in the right safety nets. Practices like canary rollouts, which you'll see in the demo today, reduce the risks of deploying new code to production at high velocity. However, choosing the right DevOps tools can be difficult. And at Google Cloud, we want to make those choices easier for you. Whether you're building apps on your local development environment or in the cloud, our goal is to provide you with the tools to bring your ideas to life quickly. But moving quickly shouldn't come at the expense of security. Without security, any DevOps tooling improvements are futile. But we can have both by building security into the development process. To automatically detect security vulnerabilities early on, I'm excited to announce the launch of Container Registry Vulnerability Scanning in beta today. Container Registry Vulnerability Scanning ensures your container images are safe and free from vulnerabilities as soon as you build them. For continuous and proactive security, you can now use vulnerability scanning with binary authorization. And this allows you to have tighter control over what gets deployed. You can make sure only trusted images and those without vulnerabilities make it out to production. So let me briefly introduce our 4 other DevOps tools that we offer you today to help you code, build, deploy, and monitor your apps quickly and safely. Cloud source repositories, a single place to store, manage, and track your code. Scaffold, a command line interface that helps you build and deploy applications quickly to a local Kubernetes cluster. Cloud Build, a fully managed continuous integration and delivery platform that allows you to build and test your applications at any scale. And Stackdriver, management tools for developers and operators. So during the demo today, we'll use GCP DevOps tools along with well-known open source tools like GitHub and Spinnaker. We will go from finding a problem in Stackdriver, use code search functionality in cloud source repositories to find the code that's causing the issue. Next, we'll fix the issue on our local development environment, and we'll deploy a change to a local Kubernetes cluster on our laptop using Scaffold. Once the code's working fine on our laptop, we're going to push those changes to GitHub. That way, we can merge those changes with the work of our other teammates. Then, we're going to create a build in the cloud using Cloud Build, and we're going to make sure that there aren't any vulnerabilities that exist for that image. Finally, we're going to deploy the build to Google Kubernetes Engine using a flexible pipeline created by Spinnaker. We're going to go from local to cloud-native Kubernetes deployment in just under 10 minutes. And while we do that, we're going to take care of security, and we're going to follow deployment best practices. So let's get started with the demo. Let me bring Taiga-san and Yuki-san out to the stage.
All right, then please look at this website. This is Google Cloud Next Store. The website sells everything, right from a film camera to bike. So let's purchase an item. So let's press the buy button. It is very slow. We really have to investigate it. So we will start our investigation with stack driver trace, which is a part of our APM suite. Our APM suite lets you do production debugging and profiling along with tracing on application running anywhere. And with Google Cloud-led project like Open Census, we are making it incredibly easy to extract the telemetry from your production apps, no matter which tools you want to use.
And if you look at the trace results, there are a few things that are of concern. First, for a single customer request, there are many child requests to the catalog service, and this has to be batch processed. Second, the requests to the catalog service are incredibly slow. So we're going to focus on this issue. In order to do this on a continuous basis, we have to look at the application profiling without adding too much load to it. So we'll use Stack Driver Profiler. Now, we have been using Profiler at Google for many years, and now customers can use the same functionality. If you look at this graph, you can see the horizontal axis shows the resources consumed by each function, and they're called hierarchy on the vertical axis. And the processing is slow, so therefore we were going to check the CPU time. As you can see, the gRPC get product method is taking a lot of time. Almost all of the functions are waiting for a function called parse catalog, and most of the CPU time is consumed here. So in regard to the parse catalog code, let's confirm to see what's happening. And this code is hosted at GitHub and is continuously mirrored to cloud source repository. In the cloud source repository, it is possible to take advantage of powerful code search and indexing. So let's search for parse catalog function, which is causing this slowness. The search was very fast, and it has led us directly to the function that we are looking at in Profiler. So we can make changes to this code to solve this problem. First, to solve this problem, we'll look at the local development environment to confirm and to fix the problem. Now, we will look at the file where the parse catalog function lives. This is a file. And if we look at it, we can see that there's a sleep method that is causing the code to run slow. So this sleep method will be removed. And we've removed it and made the changes. And we've saved the changes. By doing this, after the fix is over, then in the background, Scaffold automatically detects the change and rebuilds. And when the image rebuild is done, then in the Kubernetes cluster, the Scaffold will automatically redeploy. And so therefore, it's not necessary to deploy the containers manually. To give you more context, Scaffold is an open source tool from Google Cloud. It automates the workflow for building, pushing, or deploying the changes to a Kubernetes cluster. This is useful in DevOps. And developers are looking at continuous automated feedback on code in regard to changes being made. And developers use Scaffold across 2,300 GitHub repositories every day to continuously iterate upon their application source code and ensure everything is working fine locally before deploying changes to production. And we can see Scaffold is in the final steps of deploying the service. Now the page can be refreshed, and let's see how the website works. So we're looking at Google Cloud Next Store, and we can see that it's working much more faster. Now we'll merge the changes. That way, on the laptop, the added code will be exposed to the production environment and will push the change to GitHub. And if you look at the screen, you can see the GitHub page. And we've moved to the GitHub change, and we'd like to approve the pull request. By doing this, automatically a fresh cloud build is run, and it will be possible to check this on the cloud build UI. Like this. You can check that it has been implemented. Mercury Cyber Agent and over 1,000 companies are using Cloud Build daily. We're doing this all live. The build should take about 2 minutes. So let's pray that this is successful. At Google, on the cloud, we have over 4 million builds every day. This is because the cloud environment is flexible, secure, and scalable. Well, in regard to the pull request that has just been approved of, let's take a look. When the pull request was made, to check to see there are no problems, the cloud build had executed a test build. And this is done through Cloud Build GitHub integration. By this integration, developers are able to use the Cloud Build CI capabilities to validate changes, run tests, and to validate results. Within the GitHub UI, this can be done very smoothly. And this integration can be started very easily. In the root directory, you look at the GitHub repo in Docker file, then GitHub will automatically suggest Cloud Build as a CI tool, so you can start creating automated builds in seconds. Let's go back to the screen and check the situation of the build. And it looks like it'll take a bit more time. Oh no, it's complete now. And looks like the results are good. All the tests have passed and there are no errors. But what about security? There's something we'd like to show you. Cloud Build has started a vulnerability scan. So within the image, we're trying to detect if there are any security vulnerabilities. It seems like there's no problems. That's great. In the past, in builds, there had been security vulnerabilities detected. Here's some examples, and you can check in this manner. Next. Cloud Build has triggered Spinnaker pipeline to deploy the new image. Google Cloud is a core contributor to Spinnaker OSS project, which was created to make multi-cloud deployments fast, safe, and repeatable. Today, we're going to see automated canary analysis, which reduces the risk associated with rolling out deployments to production. What you're seeing is an actual pipeline with 3 stages. In the first stage, a canary build with new changes is pushed out to a single instance of the app, and some traffic is routed to it. In the second stage, the quality of the canary version is assessed by automatically evaluating various metrics against the old version. We've set this to instantly succeed this process, as it would typically take 30 minutes. But in order to make this done immediately, we've done the settings. In the final stage, the canary release with a new version is deployed to the remaining production instances. And this happens only if the canary is promoted from the second stage. You'll see the color changing from blue to green once each stage succeeds. I'm sure that most everyone here is familiar with the idea of canary analysis. In theory, it is a good way to reduce risk associated with introducing new changes to end users in production. The basic idea is to route a small subset of production traffic to a new version and compare key metrics between the old and new versions to uncover any problems. Quite often, canary analysis is performed in a manual, ad hoc way, which is prone to human bias and error. with Spinnaker, you can automatically promote or fail the canary, thereby minimizing deployment risk while releasing at high velocity. Assuming the changes look good, Spinnaker will push the canary to production. The deployment is almost done, but we want to show you one last thing. Stackdriver Profiler has a comparison feature that will inform us whether the CPU consumption patterns have changed between versions. We're running this comparison on older data, and you can see that the slow functions have all shrunk dramatically as they're highlighted in blue. Let's take a look there. Let's go back to the Spinnaker pipeline to see if the deployment is complete. It seems like it's safely completed. Now we'll go back to the Google Cloud next door and check to see the changes. As you can see, it's become much faster. And with that closes off the demo. We hope that you'll try out GCP and end-to-end DevOps.
Arigato, Taiga-san and Yuki-san. Live demo. I've had my fingers crossed. We'll continue to collaborate on open source tooling like Bazel and Go. Being part of the open cloud is collaborating in the ecosystem and working well with tools and technologies you already use today. Terraform from HashiCorp is one of the leading technologies for writing and creating infrastructure as code. We're committed to first-class support in GCP for products like Terraform. And we have a dedicated team at Google Cloud working with partners like HashiCorp. And our friends at GitLab have built a complete open source DevOps stack. A few months ago, we worked with GitLab to integrate with GCP. And we're also helping GitLab.com run on top of GCP. We are all going to make it better together. So today, you saw Stackdriver APM tooling, including Trace and Profiler. Profiler just launched a beta on GCP, and many of our alpha customers have reported saving up to 10% of their compute bill with less than an hour of work. Snap was able to achieve some pretty incredible scalability optimizations. Fast code search and insights using cloud source repositories. Scaffold that lets you validate changes on your local Kubernetes cluster quickly. Cloud build, automated builds and tests with vulnerability scanning. Shopify uses vulnerability scanning to scan over 6,000 builds and 330,000 images in the registry every day. Think about that scale. Spinnaker, automating deployments and providing advanced capabilities such as automated canary analysis. Using Spinnaker, Waze was able to create over 1,000 production delivery pipelines while reducing their deployment errors by over 95%. Businesses like HSBC, Snap, PayPal, and eBay, and many more use our DevOps tools every day to ship new functionality more quickly and reliably. We hope you will try out GCP's DevOps tools today. Google Cloud has spent over 2 decades iterating on developer and operator tools. Every developer and operator deserves this level of automation for speed, security, and safety. We're even more excited about the things we're building right now, which you will see in the coming year. Let's help you focus on what you love. Next, Makoto-san will talk us through how we're handling security at Google Cloud and how we're making cloud safer. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melody. Google no Sugano.
I'm Sugano from Google. We've been sharing with you many technology. I hope you like them. how wonderful that the technologies are, still, if you have any concern about the security, you can't really implement them. The biggest concern about the use of a cloud once was the security. However, the environment has changed. Now, the trustworthiness of the cloud has increased tremendously. The MIT Sloan Management Review conducted a survey for the managers and IT leaders in 2017 September. And they asked about the reason or elements for the cloud growth. And the result was very interesting, because cloud security's trustworthiness was much more important than the cost reduction. So, from 4 different perspectives, Google are working on the securities and also the heightening the trustworthiness of the cloud. The first one is about to create a very safe platform. So we have unique data center design, we develop a security chip, and also we've been investing into the encryption at rest and also in motion. The second one is 100% transparency. We proactively publish the transparency report and also visualize the requests from all countries and authorities. And through access transparency functionality, we have enhanced the transparency regarding the operations. The third one is about providing the high-quality security control, and also developed the varieties of security services to be used by you. The 2018, we have announced the security services such as shielded VM and also security command centers, among others. The fourth one is the certification board, the third-party certification board. The Google Cloud has been certified by the external third-party certification board. So in each area, we have heightened the safety of the cloud, and that's why Google Cloud has been appointed as a leader in securities in cloud areas. The 2018 Forrester report compared 7 different cloud vendors, and now the Google gained the highest score in the security strategy categories and others. We have been actively investing into Japanese market. The customer voiced the request for having a Tokyo region. To respond to that, we started providing the Tokyo region services from 2016. And also, domestic customers requested us to have a Osaka region adding to Tokyo. So 2019, we are going to offer Osaka region, which have 3 independent zones inside. So BigQuery is very attractive services, very simple, fast, and inexpensive. And many customers really want to have that capability here in Japan. Therefore, April 2018, we started offering BigQuery offering in Tokyo region. Mizuho Bank, NTT Communications, and NRI, many companies are enjoying Tokyo region BigQuery. April 2018, we also started Partner Interconnect services. It is a solution which provide private and also a simple connection from customer's data center to GCP. So once you get connected to GCP network, you can make use of high-quality network technology such as GCP BBC. At Tokyo, NTT Communications, KDDI, SoftBank, and NRI are already using Partner Interconnect in Japan. Google Cloud will continuously invest into Japan. We've been working with major security guidelines in Japan. First of all, financial services. The security is the most critical component in financial services, and therefore the FISC has already come up with their safety guidelines. And 2017, we have already created the manual and the reference for this guideline and published them. 2018, along with the modification of the ninth version and edition of the FISC, Google also improved its references. And the third industry is healthcare. The healthcare needs to have the quality security management, and the Ministry of Labor and Health and Work has been already introducing the guideline for that, and then we made a reference to that. Next one is the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical products and also medical equipments also need to have the high trustworthiness. Therefore, the MLHW already published the computer system management guideline, and we also designed the reference for that. The last one is about the administrations. Again, the information security countermeasures and also its guidelines has been already announced by the NISC. And again, Google already published a reference for the NISC guidelines. I think all of these activities will be very useful for you. The customer security is the most important and critical item for Google, so that you can use Google Cloud at ease. We will take a leadership in the security area. Thank you very much for your attention.
次はエイミーが
Now, Amy will talk about secure, smart, and simple G Suite. Amy, come up to the stage.
Thank you, Makoto-san, and ohayo gozaimasu. So we know that you also need to have a lot of trust in the tools that you choose for your business. And that's why I'm thrilled to join you today to talk more about G Suite and how it's helping reimagine how people work. I am incredibly passionate about working on G Suite because these are the products that help people accomplish their most important goals. Our vision for G Suite is audacious. We want to elevate human accomplishment. We want to reimagine work, transform the way people collaborate, and accelerate their ability to accomplish great things. Magic happens when people come together to work as a team, and that's where G Suite comes in. As my colleague Prabhakar talked to you about yesterday, G Suite brings together in one family the apps that you're already familiar with. Apps like Calendar, Drive, Docs, and Meet. Together, they reimagine how we work, and they give our teams secure, smart, and simple collaboration in the cloud. We are seeing tremendous growth. We have added over 1 million new businesses to G Suite. And we're seeing this momentum across the globe with companies of all sizes. Here in Japan, Anna, Fast Retailing, and Fujifilm. Businesses coming to G Suite recognize that cloud-native collaboration tools are increasingly what the workforce of tomorrow expect. And to understand the workforce of tomorrow, we look at where they are today. They're in school, and they're using G Suite. Over 80 million students around the world are using G Suite to learn. And so this is what they're going to expect when someday soon, in a few years, they come work for you. So if you want to switch to G Suite, you probably have a few questions like, how will this work for my business? And how will this truly transform how we work? So today I'm going to talk about the 3 main questions we get and how G Suite is built to address them. So, number 1 concern we get is security, and specifically email security. 90% of phishing attacks start with email. And right now, Gmail protects 1.4 billion active users. Our incredible scale, combined with Google's expertise in AI, means we have an instant response to attacks in the way that no one else can. Gmail is currently blocking 10 million spam messages per minute. Now, sometimes these messages are hard to detect. They can look ambiguous. And so we use design to help solve this. We provide bold banners that help users identify when there's a suspicious message and take special care in interacting with it. And we know that users need more sophisticated ways to handle sensitive email. And that's why we're excited to bring you confidential mode. With confidential mode in Gmail, you can put restrictions on messages so they cannot be forwarded or printed, and you can even set an expiration. We're really excited to bring confidential mode to Gmail customers very soon. So, how do all these security settings work? I'm really excited to welcome Sophia Hu to the stage, one of our excellent customer engineers here in Japan, and she's going to do a demo to show us how these features work. So let's welcome Sophia.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sophia. Now, I'd like to share with you some of the things that Amy just talked about. This is the screen of Gmail. Many mails have come. This is the first one. This is about the confirmation about the internal training. Next Friday, I am not going to participate in this meeting. So next one, second one, is about the confirmation of the meeting. I'm always available. So we take so many hours to reply to the email. However, with Smart Reply, we can shorten that time. Now moving on. Wow. The warning came up from different domain. So it says I should not reply to this mail. Could be phishing mail. So let's report this. Phishing attack is to steal the user ID. When phishing mail was received, then we get the security warning. The billions of training data were ingested by machine learning machine so that it can issue warnings. The self-learning machine learning model can put the flag on the suspicious email. Link and also attached mail were not there, but just reading the context of the text, the machine thinks this email is suspicious. And when the machine detects very suspicious mail, it automatically sends that to the junk box or give the warning. Next one is about the project schedule. This is a confidential information, so that it is sent in the information protection mode. You can set expiry date and also special rules. And also you can add the recognition or authorization mode so that when the person is hijacked, personal account is hijacked, you can also report this. So download of the attached emails are all denied. So I would like to reply to this mail in the information protection mode, and also I add SMS passcode. Click the send button, And this is a demonstration purpose telephone number and send. So recipient can confirm the text, and also the recipient can get the passcode by smartphone. So I introduced to you about how you protect the information.
Good job. Thank you, Sophia. It's great to see those features in action. So the second concern that we hear is manageability. Does that sound familiar to you? So companies are moving to the cloud, and people are using more apps and more devices on more networks than ever before. 1 in 4 people are using cloud-based apps to operate from any device and any location. And we call these people cloud workers. And we've designed G Suite for cloud workers and their admins in mind. We know you need simple and secure management solutions. And we know from our user surveys that our admin console stands out as best in industry because it provides one single place to manage and provision users, devices, and security settings. This gives you full visibility into your data and less reliance on third-party services. And cloud-based means that there's no need to deploy updates. Users get the latest applications automatically. And last, when you use G Suite with Chrome Enterprise, you get a browser, operating system, and devices built for the enterprise, and you get more control at the operating system level. All right, the third question we hear, interoperability. Average employees use 36 cloud services at work. And that's why it's no surprise we often get questions about openness and the need for tools to embrace the need for G Suite to embrace all the tools that you use for your business. We want to make sure G Suite, as your productivity hub, works with all the tools you rely on. And especially when you're migrating to G Suite, we know there may be legacy tools that your teams rely on. And that's why we've made it very simple to interoperate with these tools. So let's take calendaring, for example. When your business is going through a migration, users are able to book meeting rooms and see free and busy time across Microsoft Exchange and G Suite. And then when it comes to the actual meeting, we're committed to making sure that things work seamlessly. Hangouts Meet lets teams join video calls, whether you're here in Tokyo or my hometown, San Francisco. And we know that you may currently use a different video conferencing solution and likely had an expensive investment in that hardware. So we want to make sure that our software works with your existing hardware. And we make sure also that our solution interops with the conferencing solution that your partners and your customers are using. We've partnered with Pexip to ensure that Hangouts Meet works with what your customers and your partners currently use, whether it's Cisco, Polycom, Lifesize, or Skype for Business. So let's consider when you're ready to move to G Suite, but you have some stakeholders that are not quite so sure. We are giving you an easy way to start trying G Suite with Drive Enterprise. For the second straight year, Drive has been named by Gartner as a Magic Quadrant leader. And we have also surpassed over 1 billion monthly active users. With Drive Enterprise, you can move your content to the cloud without disrupting Calendar or your legacy tools. Employees will have simple access to all of their files from any place on any device. Drive Enterprise really opens up the possibilities for businesses to experience a transformative way of working with G Suite. So we've covered the top questions, and you've heard how G Suite addresses these top 3 concerns: smart email security, simple manageability, and open interoperability. There's truly never been a better time to make it with G Suite, and we are committed to helping you through this transition. As you heard from my colleague Prabhakar yesterday, Nielsen, the global information and measurement company, switched to G Suite in just 2 days. They wanted to make this happen over the course of one weekend, and we were there with them, helping make this happen by training over 2,500 employees that were embedded in their offices globally. And here in Japan, companies like Ocean Network Express are excited about their move to G Suite. So let's spend a moment hearing from them about the digital transformation that they're experiencing.
Jeremy Nixon. I'm the CEO of Ocean Network Express. A new brand, new organization, a completely new startup. Container shipping is an end-to-end business, truly regional, global in its nature. We really wanted to have the best-in-class IT system and software. And very pleased to say that one of the companies that we decided to work with very strongly was Google, and to employ their G Suite product, which we've now deployed globally, so that we are 100% cloud-based with our systems.
G Suite っていうものを前面に出すところと出さないところっていうのをうまくハイブリッドのようにですね作ってですね導入を進めてまいりました。例えばドライブファイルストリームを使ってですねあたかも Google ドライブの内容をですね自分のローカルの PC に見てるかのようにして操作できるとシームレスにですね G Suite に慣れていくという一つの手段として取り入れることができました。
All of our staff globally can connect up to the cloud very quickly with whatever device they're using to make sure that they're really up to date very quickly with any market developments or any customer requirements and can respond very quickly. This way, we come together as one family but with one set of G Suite systems.
All right, so what are you waiting for? Let's ignite your digital transformation by transitioning to G Suite. And now, it's even easier to prove the value of moving your company's collaboration to the cloud. We were really excited to announce yesterday our launch of Work Insights, a tool to measure the transformation and the impact that G Suite will have on your company. I hope that you now share my passion for G Suite, and I really look forward to welcoming you as a G Suite customer. Thank you very much. So the transition to G Suite is often made much simpler by the help of our partners, and that is true for all of Google Cloud. So here to tell you more about our close relationships with partners is Hidetoshi-san, and he's over in the Prince Park Tower Hotel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amy. Hi. Google Cloud.
My name is Tojo of Google Cloud. I'm in charge of partner business, and I would like to touch upon the fact that we have been introducing the leading-edge Google Cloud technologies, but in order to deliver this to corporations, we need the help of our partners. Many partners have supported us up until now, and today we would like to introduce to you a new partner. I'm sure that you're very familiar with this leading company in Japan. From NEC, we have Executive Officer Mr. Hashitani. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Hashitani of NEC. I would like to thank you for your support, and I would like to thank you for inviting me here. Thank you very much for dressing casually like myself. Well, I'd like to move forward with this. And in regard to the current partnership, could you tell us what led to this partnership? In our case, from about 2 years ago, we have been taking a multi-cloud, hybrid cloud approach in our strategy. This has become much more clearer, and so we have been working with Azure, AWS, as well as our own cloud technology to combine them to offer the optimal solutions to our customers. And to respond to the multi-cloud environment, we have created a new organization. And we looked at what we should target next. Of course, we had GCP in mind. And 3 months ago, I went to the west coast of the United States to Mountain View to visit the Google headquarters. This was one major point. There's a platform that can share the world's information. There's a tremendous scale that Google Cloud has. And in regard to the sense of speed and focus and passion on innovation, there was much that we could feel empathy for. Now, one corporate message principle was passion towards innovation at NEC. So, in various ways, we felt that there were many shared values that we had with your company. Thank you very much. We hope that digitalization of Japanese corporations will move forward rapidly through our efforts. And in regard to the passion towards innovation and the multi-cloud strategy, for the current collaboration, specifically, what are the things that you expect from Google Cloud? Yes, one of the features of Google is that it offers a wide range of different services, and the degree of completion of those technologies is quite great. The core business of search, Gmail, and YouTube have 1 billion users each throughout the world. So the infrastructure scalability was something that we highly regarded, but also in regard to the high degree of sophistication of the individual services were something that we appreciated greatly. The technologies that were created for the consumers are something that we believe can be provided to our customers as well as their end users. And we believe that it will be possible to offer a very unique user experience with this collaboration. I see. When it comes to Google Cloud, scalability is often emphasized and evaluated. But you've talked about the sophistication of the services and the quality of our services. I appreciate very much your evaluation. Specifically, though, what are the kind of services that you are thinking of offering to your customers? Within our company, especially, speech API was highly evaluated. For many years, NEC has looked at voice recognition technology in our R&D efforts. And the engineers looked at the voice recognition technology, and they felt that it was highly sophisticated. Our team had felt that when it comes to general conversation, the recognition rate is very high. At the same time, the number of languages that is covered is very abundant. This was another point that we highly evaluated. And if we have this kind of recognition accuracy, it was felt that in face-to-face situations, it could be possible to apply this technology. For example, in a real conversation between customers and employees, it will be possible to use this recognition capability. And we have done a variety of different proof of concept projects with our customers. The speech API has high accuracy and high quality, and I understand that this has been highly evaluated by your company. But when it comes to the many use cases that you have in voice recognition, we hope that you'll be able to come up with innovative ways of using this, and we'll develop this so that this will be widely used from Japan to the global market. Yes. When it comes to voice recognition technology, when it comes to contact centers here in Japan, we wanted to improve the response. And we have continued to accumulate know-how in our contact centers. But when it comes to the support and so on, there are many cases where on face-to-face conversations, we have to depend on the individual's capabilities. But we want to be able to take advantage of an automated voice recognition technology so that in real conversation taking place in the field, we want to be able to have voice recognition and digitalization realized so that we can take advantage of the know-how accumulated in contact centers. We hoped that we will have machine learning used to look at the effectiveness of this technology, and we hope to achieve digital transformation in the field. When it comes to contact center supervisors, the capability to respond at contact centers has to be looked at, and we hope that we'll be able to achieve something similar to a face-to-face contact. And there are education costs for people, or the costs for transferring information to people. And we believe that taking advantage of your technology, we can make it much more efficient. So, as you say, in the field, you're looking at improving the response at contact centers to achieve true digital transformation. Now, Mr. Hashitani, in the current collaboration, there's the Google Cloud Service menu that has been prepared for NEC NetsSI. We have taken the GCP-related solutions, and we have started to offer this through our group company, NEC NetsSI. This is in charge of voice and communication-related business, as well as empowerment for work at the office. And the GCP tools are going to be utilized here so that we can offer a wide range of different solutions to our customers. Specifically, for the migration to the cloud by corporations, we want to offer consulting services and migration services. And furthermore, from October, for the Google Cloud, we want to have a cloud managed service for GCP. I see. I'm looking forward to that. As we try to accelerate digitalization in Japan, I hope that this will provide a new opportunity. This will mean that you'll need a lot of GCP engineers. What's the situation there? You're right, Mr. Tojo. We need digitalization, human resources. And in our company, we are fostering engineers that can handle the cloud, and we have NEC management partners. We have been involved with Oracle and Microsoft, and there are certifications that have been carried out by them, which we have taken advantage of. And as a management partner, we'll be moving forward with GCP. And so we want to take advantage of various GCP education programs. Within this year, we're going to be offering these services, and in 2020, we want to have about 500 persons per year certified through these programs. So between Google and the passion that we have for innovation at NEC, we're going to require these kind of human resources, including designers and engineers, and they'll all be working together to create new innovation, so that we can accelerate digital transformation in Japan. I see. Thank you. You're going to be increasing the number of engineers so that in terms of capability, you will be cooperating with us. So we're very much excited about all of this. And with NEC, we would like to see what kind of digital transformation can be achieved. We're truly looking forward to this. Mr. Hashitani, we'd like to really thank you for coming here today. Now, what was your impression? Our impression is to provide the cloud to everybody. And through the partnership with NEC, we have moved one step forward once again. Now, this keynote session has been carried out in 2 different halls, and so there will be 2 persons that will be closing off the event. In the Tokyo Prince Hotel, there's Carol, and here in the Park Tower stage, we have the Japanese representative of Google Cloud, Mr. Abe.
Carol and Abe-san to the stage.
Good morning, or I should say good afternoon almost, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the keynote session of the second day of Google Next. Well, 1.5 days have passed so quickly. These 2 days, we've been sharing the strategies, new cloud, and the services of the Google Cloud. And many customers and many partners have come up to the stage and shared their information with you. I hope that all these presentations were very useful for you. Day 1 opening, I also mentioned this, but with Google, we should digitalize your business and think of the future business development. And every year, we have more and more customers voicing those so that engineer and developers communities are getting so much momentum. I really feel that every day. So, going into the future, as Mr. Hashitani said, we want to really accelerate what we are doing so that we can help you to digitalize your business and promote it together. So this is the end of the morning session, but we are going to have much more information coming out in the afternoon, so please stay with us. And 7:45 tonight, after today's session, next 18 in Tokyo night will start. This is a networking party in the Prince Park Tower, Tokyo. So this is going to be a long day, but we are going to enjoy ourselves, reflecting what we have learned and heard about the last 2 days and enjoy networking. So, once again, thank you very much for joining us at Next Tokyo 2018, and hope to see you again all together next year.